Burgess and Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma are proud supporters of student athletes. Just like those student athletes, Burgess and Burgess realizes that you work hard. Depend on Burgess and Burgess CPAs for professional tax advice and bookkeeping help. Burgess and Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma. In sports, they say never underestimate your opponent. At Burgess and Burgess CPA, they say never underestimate the value of a CPA. Come by and see Burgess and Burgess CPA in Hugo, Oklahoma.
AmeriState Bank, where we love our customers and are committed to providing top-quality banking services with our easy-to-use mobile banking app. Stay connected anywhere, anytime. We also make business lending simple with flexible options to help your business grow. Plus, as an equal housing lender and member of the FDIC, you can trust your deposits are safe with us. Call today. We'll help you make the switch. Simple as that. AmeriState Bank.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. We are back and live here in Tushka, Oklahoma. We do want to apologize about the live feed and the radio broadcast going off as the internet issues here in Tushka have came through here on this Saturday afternoon. But our score here with 3 minutes and 55 seconds left in the fourth period is 41-26 as Valliant's on top here of the Antlers Lady Bearcats. And we should be good to roll in to the second game shortly after this one. Antlers with the basketball. Hembry passes it out. Noel misses. And Buchanan has the basketball. She'll get it back into the hands of Daves. Little driving. Blocked shot. Antlers comes away with the basketball. Swing pass down the middle of the floor. They get it past half court into the hands of Hembry. Hembry drives and a block. Last touched by Valliant, so Antlers will get the inbound pass underneath their own goal.
And Buchanan needs to be careful right there. She's got 4 fouls, so I mean you can't just let her go in, but you don't want to pick up that 5th foul.
Started off with foul trouble early. She's done a pretty good job of staying in the game through the course of this and not putting herself into trouble. And with 2 minutes and 47 seconds up 41-26, Valliant looking to pull away with the victory here in the Constellation Championship game. Daves spinning around, going right side, back into the hands of Little. Little's going to slow things out, and this is what Valliant's doing. They're playing slow basketball right now to run the clock and get the victory.
Right.
Considered sportsmanship. Now they are changing that rule eventually in regards to the no shot clock in the state of Oklahoma. It is something that coaches are going to vote on. The majority of coaches, I think, are saying that they are voting yes on the proposal for the shot clock. But my question is, you know, when that happens, who's going to be paying for the shot clock? The schools, you know.
Right.
So I don't really know how that would work. It's been like this for years. Inside shot is up and in for Harless. So that's another story for another day. Buchanan has the basketball. Tight defense here by Antlers as they're going to press full court. Valiant's able to split it. We've got a player down on the floor, and oh no, that's Young down on the ground.
I don't know if that was a knee or an ankle, but when she went down, she just.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break while they tend to her. And, well, I say that. She's getting a little help up already. So that's good. That's a good sign right there that she's getting up. And we wish nothing but the best.
If you notice, too, Michael, that right foot looks like she's got a brace on that ankle already.
Yeah.
So
It's always unfortunate to see injuries, but it is sports, and it happens. We hate to see it happen, especially when it's one of your starters, you know.
Well, or as far as you, I heard you make mention of it, I think yesterday, about the Monday night ball game.
Yeah.
At Cincinnati. Did you not say that Hamlin is awake now?
He's awake. He was riding.
Didn't you say the first thing he wanted to know was who won the game?
Who won the game? You know, it's
well, that
crazy.
means his mind is still good. I mean, he knows what happened.
Exactly. He is so crazy. He said, "Who won the game?" And the doctors told him, "You did. You won the game of life."
Well, that's true.
Another interesting fact is one of the people who attended to him on the field and saved his life was an Oklahoman.
Really?
Yep. I'll get the name for you here in just a bit. Denny Kellington. He is the one that administered CPR and AED to help DeMar Hamlin. He's also the one that recognized that it was cardiac arrest. So big shout out to the Oklahoman helping in what was one of the biggest sports stories of the year.
Of the new year at that.
Of the new year, yeah. .7 seconds remaining. Valiant will hold on to the basketball as long as they can. Antlers is going to foul.
That's 1:07, not 1.7.
Did I say 1.7?
You said 1.7 seconds.
Oh, you know, I haven't had all my coffee.
That's a long 1.7 that I've ever been in.
Hey, listen, I haven't injected all my coffee this morning. Give me a break this afternoon. We've got a timeout on the floor, 1:02. It's been a pretty good ball game, and I tell you what, it started off offensively for Valiant with Taylor Trapp. Came in and hit those three threes in the first half.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yep, and she had 12 points just after the first half. Crazy. I haven't really seen most of the second half here because of the troubles that we were having getting everything fixed. But she was fantastic there in that first half, and that really helped push Valiant into the lead. And the three-point shooting in general there in that first half really helped push the lead up for the Valiant.
And a couple of other issues, too, which Young's out now with, we're speculating an ankle injury, but she got into foul trouble early. And then Hembry, they've been kind of face guarding her, so they've kept the ball out of the two main players' hands.
And it's a big lead, 42-28 with under a minute remaining. Three-point shot off the mark's no good.
I think Valiant's just going to run it out now.
All they have to do.
Or turn it over. Hembry drives the lane, misses the shot. Rebound by Addison Garrett. Now Buchanan with the ball. And Valiant's just going to run out the clock.
Yep, there it is.
10 seconds.
And that's going to bring us to our final, 42-28, as Valiant will go on to win this one. Congratulations. They are the consolation champions.
So what place is that actually? Would that be considered like fifth place?
So you got a third place game. You had the fourth place in the third place game,
The
and then
winner
you
of
had
this-
the fifth place.
This would be fifth
And the
place.
sixth, yep. And then the sixth.
Yep. I always thought that the consolation was actually be considered fifth, but you still get hardware.
You still got hardware. Hey, you didn't get beat out.
Right.
You made it through all 3 days, and there are teams that did not. So the Bulldogs will pick up the consolation champion. I'll tell you what, it was a good tournament for them regardless. There were some really good teams in this tournament. You know, Oklahoma, obviously.
The Lady Dogs, they, like me and Nathan has called it the first few games, they've had murderer's row. You know, they had some tough challenges the first 5 or 6 ball games. And, you know, to come away with a couple of wins here, to add to your total that you already had, you know, it helps you build a little bit more confidence.
Yes, it does. They're getting photos. We'll take a break. We'll get to a little bit of a post-game show and get ready to start for the Antlers or the Valliant Tishomingo game coming up here in just a minute. We are going to go back to the music here on Cato 102.1 and 94.7 as we prepare for the second game. And we'll be back live here in Tushka, Oklahoma for the Tushka Ameristate Invitation. Again, we're not going to go over stats because we had some issues there on the broadcast. We don't have full stats. I don't want to be inaccurate, and Mom and Dad get mad at old broadcaster up here in the stands.
Actually, I wouldn't worry so much about Mom and Dad as I would be Grandma and Grandpa.
Grandma and Grandpa, yeah.
Those are the ones that are going to get mad quicker.
We'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll get back to our music here in just a minute.
Burgess & Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma are proud supporters of Student Athlete. Just like those student athletes, Burgess & Burgess realizes that you work hard. Depend on Burgess & Burgess CPAs for professional tax advice and bookkeeping help. Burgess & Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma. In sports, they say never underestimate your opponent. At Burgess & Burgess CPA, they say never underestimate the value of a CPA. Come by and see Burgess & Burgess CPA in Hugo, Oklahoma.
Legacy Equipment Sales and Services located 2 miles east of Hugo on Highway 70. Be sure you call them today for all of your heavy equipment needs. Legacy Equipment is a full-service shop for all of your major to minor repairs, including custom repairs with rebuild options, line boring, general maintenance, and repairs for all heavy equipment. Legacy Equipment is now hiring for heavy equipment field techs and parts sales representative. Call them today, 580-326-9506. Legacy Equipment, 2 miles east of Hugo, Highway 70.
Ed Wallace Ford is hiring. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch customer service and high-quality vehicles. Now, if you're looking for a job where you can really make a difference, we have an opening for an office helper at our dealership. As an office helper, you'll be responsible for assisting with various administrative tasks, including answering phones, scheduling appointments, and inputting data. Apply in person today at 1700 East Jackson in Hugo, Oklahoma. We look forward to meeting you and helping you start your career with Ed Wallace Ford. I go, you go, we all go to Hugo.
First State Bank has been serving the community since 1904. First State Bank has grown with technology as well with mobile banking, free bill pay, and easy-to-navigate website and internet banking. What are you saving for? A new car, college, or retirement? First State Bank offers competitive rates on CDs, savings accounts, IRAs, and money market accounts. Visit their website at www.fsbvaliant.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We've been around for 53 years, and I believe the new name and the new logo brings a fresh start. To me, it embodies the spirit of service and collaboration. I believe the Huggy Heart provides that warm feeling and that personal touch that we give to the people that we serve every day.
We're here to help people, and I think the logo really speaks to what we're doing. We're lifting individuals for tomorrow.
Legacy Equipment Sales and Services located 2 miles east of Hugo on Highway 70. Be sure you call them today for all of your heavy equipment needs. Legacy Equipment is a full-service shop for all of your major to minor repairs, including custom repairs with rebuild options, line boring, general maintenance, and repairs for all heavy equipment. Legacy Equipment is now hiring for heavy equipment field techs and parts sales representative. Call them today, 580-326-9506. Legacy Equipment, 2 miles east of Hugo, Highway 70.
Burgess and Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma are proud supporters of Student Athlete. Just like those student athletes, Burgess and Burgess realizes that you work hard. Depend on Burgess and Burgess CPAs for professional tax advice and bookkeeping help. Burgess and Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma. In sports, they say never underestimate your opponent. At Burgess and Burgess CPA, they say never underestimate the value of a CPA. Come by and see Burgess and Burgess CPA in Hugo, Oklahoma.
AmeriState Bank, where we love our customers and are committed to providing top quality banking services with our easy-to-use mobile banking app. Stay connected anywhere, anytime. We also make business lending simple with flexible options to help your business grow. Plus, as an equal housing lender and member of the FDIC, you can trust your deposits are safe with us. Call today. We'll help you make the switch. Simple as that. AmeriState Bank.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
Saturday here at the Tushka AmeriState Invitational Tournament.
Welcome in, everybody, here for Valliant High School Basketball. It is the Consolation Championship for the boys team today as they take on Tishomingo and the Indians. Welcome in. This is on Paincast.com if you want to watch this game live. And we are live on HD 94.7. I'm Michael Gabbard. Alongside with me is Mr. Nance himself. We have had a really good tournament the last couple of days here in Tushka. Another appreciation shout out to the Tushka Public Schools and, of course, to AmeriState for putting this tournament on. But we've had some really good basketball games, and Valliant, unfortunately, there in that first game had a tough loss and an upset loss against
kind of a hiccup.
Yeah, against Boswell, who played lights out defensively against a better opponent that you would figure would be in Valliant. But since then, Valliant has lit it up. They had a heck of a game last night, and they're looking to move forward and still get the hardware, like we said, here in the Consolation Championship against a very good Tishomingo team.
Forward is senior number 33, Dylan Pope.
As we take a look at our starting lineups here for the Valliant Bulldogs, you've got number 3, Case Carlisle, number 10, Rustin Coffey, number 15, Jay Frost, number 22, Michael Tuck, and number 23, Kenny Golson. I'll tell you, yesterday's game, it was Michael Tuck and Coffey. They were just madmen. And also Frost. Frost had a really good game as well in regards to offensive production.
From listening yesterday, Tuck had probably the best game of the season.
It was.
What'd you say? He scored 20?
22, I believe.
And like 15 in the third.
Yeah. But it was a really good game for him. As we round out the starting lineups here for Tishomingo, you've got number 0, Caleb DeVitt. You've got number 12, Darian Brown. Number 22, Ethan Vanderveer. Number 33, Dylan Pope. And number 35, Colton Richards.
That was 0 that scored that 3.
Yep, Devitt will put the first points on the board. And now Valliant will have it. They'll get it into Frost, who drives the lane. Back out to Coffey. Coffey set up on the right-hand side of the floor. It's man-to-man defense here by Tishomingo, wearing white jerseys, red numbers.
Golston had a good look there. He just missed the shot.
Of course, Valliant coming out in orange jerseys, white numbers, black trim. Love those jerseys. And it's a takeaway. Tuck again. Said his name a lot in yesterday's broadcast. He starts off with the same production defensively. Kick back out to Tuck, wide open for a 3, off the mark, no good. And Tishomingo will come up with a rebound. Stolen away by Coffey, and this one is off the mark. Frost loses the basketball, and now Tishomingo will set back up. In transition, driving the floor, they reset here. Kick it out to DeVette. DeVette has it up top. Zone defense here by Valiant coming into the ball game. Both teams have a little size down low. 3-point shot, no good, as Carlisle will grab it and has it knocked from behind, but Coffey will set up the offense. And I tell you what, I said this yesterday, but Coffey reminds me of a kid, R.J. Weeks, out of Kingston from a few years ago. They won a state championship there in Kingston back in 2018. With a kid at point guard named R.J. Weeks. He's currently over at Southeastern Oklahoma State University, but these two remind me a lot of each other. The size, the speed, and the dribbling capability, and the ability to drive and really slash the lane. Both of those two players have done very well, and that's what Coffey reminds me of here for the Valiant Bulldogs. Underneath. Swing pass back to the right-hand side. Tishomingo with the basketball. They're looking to go down low to Richards.
I think he dribbled that off of Kenny's foot.
They were trying to coordinate that.
I was wondering who was talking down there. I thought,
we had some ladies carrying on the conversations in the crowd, Mike. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm sure they do, though.
Yeah.
5:10 remaining here. Our score is 6-0 as Tishomingo has really gotten a jump start here against Valiant. Looking to go inside. Frost with the miss. Second chance rebound as Golston has this one taken away, and now transition 3-on-2 as Tishomingo's got numbers. Setting back, wide open 3-point shot, and that one just hits net. That's it.
Golston should have let that go. He tried to rebound that and save it and stepped out of bounds.
And a much-needed timeout here for the reset for Valiant as they trail 6-0. 4:48 still remaining. We've got more coming up here on Paintcast.com and, of course, HD 94.7. We'll be back in just a moment.
This is Dallas Cowboys football 2022.
Nothing that says on Christmas Eve you can't make 3rd and 6.
Only heard here.
Snap back, throws the ball deep to the middle. Lamb at the 5.
All season.
Stop, spin, dances in.
Sunday afternoon, it's your Cowboys and the Washington Commanders.
Live from FedEx Field.
On this Dallas Cowboys radio network station.
The Dallas Cowboys are heard here on Continuous Country K95.5.
We've been around for 53 years, and I believe the new name and the new logo brings a fresh start. To me, it embodies the spirit of service and collaboration. I believe the Huggy Heart provides that warm feeling and that personal touch that we give to the people that we serve every day.
We're here to help people, and I think the logo really speaks to what we're doing. We're lifting individuals for tomorrow.
Welcome back in. Valiant with the basketball, looking to drive inside. There's a foul on the, and I believe they're going to say this is a shooting foul. Yes. And sure, the first referee started to point down like he was pointing to the floor, but it is a shooting foul. So Tuck at the line. He'll miss the first of two.
And Tuck's normally a almost automatic free throw shooter.
6-0 here as Valiant scores, putting up their first points. However, Tuck goes 1 for 2 at the line as he misses the first, makes the second, and it's 6-1. A 5-point lead here for Tishomingo in the Consolation Championship. Michael Gabbard on the broadcast. Another takeaway, and now a foul. Ronnie Nance with me here today. And of course, you've been following Valiant basketball for a while. What do you see from this Valiant boys team over the course of this season?
Well, it depends on what lineup you have in there. Like, kind of like this lineup right here, you've got a lot of your speed with, especially with Frost and Tuck. And I mean, even with Golston, you know, he's a big body, but he's quick for a big body. Tuck's able to knock down both of his free throw attempts. He's got 3
points in the game. Or I'm sorry, just one. One of two. He's got 2 in the game. Looking to go underneath. Good ball movement here by Tishomingo. They get a wide open 3. This one's off the mark, no good. But the movement and how quick they get it between hands is freeing up a lot of space for their shooters here early on in this game. 3:27 still remaining. First period of play. Frost. Man-to-man defense here by Tish. Tuck.
Thought about the
top.
3.
Back to Golston. Carlisle looking to drive, steps back, takes the shot, and on the jumper, it is up and in. Case Carlisle, what a beautiful step back. And now they're going to fix the net real quick. That's what you call upending the net.
Yes. And those have to be brand new nets because that's happened several times today.
Tushka recently just got a new floor as well. And out to takeaway. Tuck headed the other direction, and this one is in traffic. And a timeout called and forced by Tishomingo as we are all squared up here at 6 with 2:56 remaining on 94.7. We'll be back here in Paintcast.com. We'll take a break.
Welcome to telephone banking. Please enter your 16-digit debit card number.
All right.
Followed by your date of birth.
Okay.
Mother's maiden name.
Mother's maiden name.
PIN number.
I gotta start again.
The pound key. You may begin now.
Oh, come on.
Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at McCurtain County National Bank. We're your neighbor, serving you with pride. 4 locations to serve you in Broken Bow, Idabel, Valliant, and Hochatown. McCurtain County National Bank. Member FDIC.
Pine Cellular. Coverage when it matters most. With a family unlimited plan and unlimited nationwide talk, text, and data. Pine Cellular has great prices, like $30 per line for 4 to 6 lines. Pine Cellular offers a 50% discount for active and retired military personnel, and Lifeline and hearing aid compatible options are available. Come by a Pine Cellular store today for details. Pine Cellular is proud to support our community schools.
Welcome back to your home of Valliant basketball, 94.7, as we are live in Tushka. Michael Gabbard and Ronnie Nance tied at 6. Tishomingo came in with a 6-point run to get things started off, and Valliant came back and fought their way back in to tie things up, but now Tishomingo knocking down a shot to take and regain the lead here with 2:22 remaining in the first period. Frost looking to drive in traffic. This one bounces off his leg. They're going to say it was off Valliant.
They're going to say that as Frost went up, the guy hit it back into his belly, and then it went off
and I think it went off his knee initially. That's where they were looking at before, and then it got knocked back and, like you said, hit back into his stomach. Underneath, Richards has it knocked away. Coffey grabs it, passes half court, sets up the offense here for the Bulldogs. Swing out. Carlisle, top the three-point line, spinning around right side. Back underneath to Golston on the pump fake, lays it in, and
he's pretty good at that head fake.
It was highly contested, and Golston is able to knock down the shot with a nice basketball move underneath the basket. 1:40 remaining here in the first period of play. Our score tied at 8.
And, you know, just looking at Golston, you would think, you know, he's big body. You think he's older than he's just a freshman.
Coffey gets the steal and the bucket. That is his first basket of the afternoon as Valliant gives us our third lead change of the game. Or I'm sorry, second lead change of the game.
That's their first lead, isn't it?
Yes. We had the tie. Valliant hadn't led.
2.23, Kenny Golston.
And another timeout call. Let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to take a 60-second or a 30-second. It doesn't matter. We'll keep it here while we wait. Our score is 12-8 here. Valliant on top. Tishomingo came out with a 6-0 run to get things started.
Then Valliant answered.
Valliant answered with a 6-0 run of their own, and currently lead 12-8. We were tied at 8 there for currently second.
We had a 6-0 run, and Tish scored. So Valiant's on another
four-point run right now.
Yeah,
as it
they're
sets.
on a 4-0 run right now.
And Golston with 4 points, Michael Tuck with 4, 2 coming off of free throws. Coffey has 2, and Case Carlisle has 2 as well. When you look down at Tishomingo right now, you had that big 3 to start the game for Divot for the Tishomingo Indians, but they've moved the ball around.
3 too, didn't they?
Yeah, they've moved the ball around very well, but 2 scorers for Tishomingo here in this game as
Clancy Trapp checks in the ball game for Valiant.
We've got 55 seconds remaining here in the first period. Tishomingo will have the basketball to start here after the quick timeout. And they'll take it to the right side of the floor, top the three-point line. Now into the hands of Brown. Man-to-man defense here. Up top, that is. Well, I guess that was zone. They stayed in the zone, and Divot knocks down the shot. He's got 5 in the game, 30 seconds remaining. First period of play. Valiant with the basketball. They'll get it out to Frost on the left-hand side. Now checked into the game is Trapp, and they're going to call a travel on Trapp?
I didn't see him move his feet. I didn't see that.
Right corner. Vanderveer.
10 seconds to go.
Looking inside to Richards. Richards will, Sean, they're going to say traveled.
Traveled.
He did pick up both of his feet.
And he moved his pivot foot.
I think initially what he was upset with is he was starting to go up when it happened, but it happened before he actually went up for the initial shot. So that's the reason why they got him on the travel violation.
Number 22, Ethan Vanderveer, his first.
Three seconds. Shot at the buzzer is not going to be in time as Valiant will lead here after one. 12-10 is the score. We've got more basketball coming up here in Tushka, Oklahoma for the Consolation Championship. Here on HD 94.7, and of course view these games at Paincast.com.
I just can't fit it all!
Mom?
Oh!
Why don't we just get a storage unit?
I'm sorry, honey, I didn't see you there.
Need a place to keep your stuff? Need a place to keep your tools? Need a place to keep your bike? If you need some storage space, Valliant Storage has a space for you. We have the space. Easy access across the street from Valliant Post Office.
Burgess & Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma are proud supporters of Student Athlete. Just like those student athletes, Burgess & Burgess realizes that you work hard. Depend on Burgess & Burgess CPAs for professional tax advice and bookkeeping help. Burgess & Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma. In sports, they say never underestimate your opponent. At Burgess & Burgess CPA, they say never underestimate the value of a CPA. Come by and see Burgess & Burgess CPA in Hugo, Oklahoma.
Welcome back in the Tushka Invitation here on 94.7 as Valiant taking on Tishomingo and up 14-10 after the quick shot there by Trapp on the inside. And now Tishomingo has the basketball, and then they lose the basketball. Tishomingo will take over here at the beginning of the second period of play, 14-10 the score.
You know, you said Coffey was getting that call a lot yesterday on driving inside.
On the break, during the break.
Well, you know, when you've got a high school kid that's 6'6", and can drive the ball like that, a lot of times they're gonna grab him going in because that's all they've got.
You know what's facing me is, you know, most high school kids that are 6'5", 6'6",
they play center.
They want to play center. They want to play center. It's very rare that you've got that kid standing at 6'6", 6'7", that wants to play that point, wants to play the shooting guard.
But you've also, it's very rare in high school if you've got one that's 6'6" that can handle the ball like he does.
I know, that's what's crazy about it too. That's why I say they'll look at Coffee, and now these are my first weeks doing games and watching Coffee play. But as I said, he reminded me a lot of RJ's weeks because of the size and the things that he can do with the basketball. But college scouts are going to look at that, and they're going to love it.
Handle the ball,
and they're going to love it. I don't know if he's got any offers going on right now on the board. I'm sure he's in contact with a few colleges, but the big schools will look at that, look at his size, and say, okay, we can work with that. Tishomingo has the basketball here with 6:44 in the second, looking to go down low, missed the shot. Coffee on the rebound, and that's the other thing. You got the kid who can grab the rebound from down low and then run it the course of the floor through the majority of the game. That's what's impressive, and that's what the college scouts will look at.
That last basket Valiant score was by number 1, DePriest.
And now we've got another.
That's another thing too, Michael, if you've noticed. Valiant on defense, their hands are so quick that even not trying to and moving their feet around as quick as they move them, they cause unforced turnovers just like that, dribbling the ball off his foot. It's just because of the speed you're worried about is he fixing to grab the ball from you.
Mm-hmm.
And you try to dribble it a little bit too close to your body, and you dribble it off your foot out of bounds.
And they've done a good job over the course of the last couple of games. And I don't think a lot of people have noticed, they'll switch from zone into man-to-man, and the defense doesn't have time to, or the offense doesn't have time to react to the actual
switch.
change, the switch of it. And I think they've done a pretty decent job of that in regards defensively here through the course of the last couple of games.
Well, and another thing, too, defensively, Nathan and I have talked about this. If you've got Carlisle and Coffee up top on his own.
Tuck misses the three.
With that wingspan they have, it's hard to get the ball inside when you've got 6'5" and 6'6".
Oh, especially in 3A and 2A basketball.
Yeah,
you don't see a lot of that until you start getting into 6A. Even in 5A, you don't see a ton of that.
I mean, every now and then one of the smaller schools will have a 6'5", 6'6" kid, but to have two of them, that wingspan causes a lot of problems for, offensive teams.
This is definitely a team that I feel can go a good distance into the playoffs if they work hard enough for it. DePriest with the basketball. He's got it towards the left-hand side, back into Coffee.
Coffee missed a three and tracked down his own rebound.
I'm telling you, that's something. And I don't want to get too caught up on Coffee, in broadcast, because there's other kids that are deserving of credit during the course of a game. But you look at it, he has got a lot of potential with his size and everything else to really move forward in his basketball career if he chooses to. Now, a lot of college scouts will look at, some of his game film and say, okay, maybe not the greatest footwork right now in regards to his basketball play, but he's got a lot of potential, and footwork is a very easy thing to fix.
But you also watch, too, a lot of times with him, you'll see him, giving directions on the floor. He's like a floor general. You don't see that much in high school basketball.
You sure don't. Hitting it on the other end of the floor this time is Richards. Knocks down his first one. He's the big guy inside. 5:07 remaining here in the second period of play. It's 18-12 as Valliant has got the lead. And I tell you what, Golson's had a really good game today. Michael Tuck had that great game yesterday. He's got 4 points right now. But everybody's getting a touch right now as Coffee knocks that one in on the right-hand side of the interior, and it's 20-12.
And that's all it takes for Coffee is just give him a little screen. And like I said, with that length.
Yeah, you give Richards a little bit of space, too. He'll knock one down. 20-14. It's a 6-point lead here for the Valliant Bulldogs. Six players have scored for Valliant, and that's the other thing that I say with Valliant, and one of the reasons why I feel they can go far if they choose to through the course of the season. Listen, I might not get to do another Valliant game this year, but I will follow closely watching them play after this week because they've had an opportunity where guys have come off the bench and put up productive points. It's not just one, it's two or three guys that can score. They've got the length, they've got the size, and if they can put it all together by the end of the season, they've got a chance to go a long way in this class.
And they also have the speed, too, on their side.
3:57 remaining here in the second. 20-14 the score. Tishomingo with the basketball. They'll look to drive right side. Kicks it back out to the top of the three-point line. Vanderveer back into the hands of Parway. Good ball movement here. Back to Brown. And here's that man-to-man switch that we talked about earlier. Valiant was running zone 2 offensive plays before, and back to the man. But Tishomingo is able to put up a score right there and cut the lead back to just 4. DePriest has it left side, backs it up top and center. Carlisle and Coffey make the switch on the right-hand side. Back to Golston. Valiant's working the three-point line right now, and unfortunate. Frost was looking to pass it off, picked up the feet, and got drawn for
he drugged that back foot just a little bit too much, but that's all it takes.
And that's that defensive hesitation that caused that to happen. You know, you're looking at one thing, the defense will kind of hesitate a bit and then draw that up. Tishomingo has the basketball out to Pope. Pope down low. The shot off the mark, no good.
Carlisle with the rebound.
Carlisle. Here's the one I said is the mystic hair of wonder. Three-point shot is up and in by Trapp. 5 points in the game for him, and Valiant's got a 23-16 lead as they fix the net once again. That was a beautiful shot. Taking away Trapp, another defensive play. Looking at the board, I'll say this, from also what I've seen, Trapp over the course of this tournament has been their best defensive player in the course of 3 games.
And it seems like, too, when he comes in, the defensive, that's going to be an over-the-back foul.
Well, it's constant hustle. I don't think there's another kid, at least through the course of this tournament, that I feel has worked harder on the defensive side of the floor than Trapp has through the course of 2 games in the entire tournament. Valiant with the basketball, 1:50 remaining. And on the other side, I don't think anybody's had, as Rustin Coffey hits that shot, I don't think anybody had a better first 5 minutes of play than Frost had in yesterday's game. There's a shot on the other end. As Richards knocks down another one. He's got 6 in the game, and he's starting to heat things up here in the second period. We've got 1:20 remaining here in the first half of play as Valiant is up 25-18 here in Tushka. Carlisle has it up top, being guarded tightly, drives inside between 2 defenders, and he'll draw the foul.
On that play, too, a lot of the fans will be like, oh, that was all ball. One player did get all ball, but the other one did body.
The other one was all over the body. Yep. Carlisle with 2 points right now. He's got 2 free throw attempts coming up. And the first free throw attempt is up and in. 1:08 remaining. Yes, checking out of the game will be Vanderveer. Checking back in will be DeVette. He's got 5 points in the game.
And if you look too, and we've watched this whole half, they're getting a lot of good looks on Tishomingo's end, but the difference in the fouls, it's a 6-1 difference on fouls.
Carlisle will miss the free throw attempt. Tishomingo has to the other side. They've got numbers. The shot on the right hand is no good, and they got a block. Yep. So a foul.
Michael Tuck. Number 22, Michael Tuck, his first.
That's his first personal. That's only the second team foul here by Valliant in this first half. They've done a very good job of keeping the defensive side of the ball clean. Richards
dribbled it on the line. That could have been either way. They could have got him for that, or he pushed Golston down. Yeah.
Either way, I think you look at it and it was going back to Valliant. 45 seconds remaining. 26-18 is the score. It's an 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. Trap. Left-hand corner, driving baseline, underneath, the shot off the mark, rebound by Tishomingo, and Tishomingo's got numbers. 3v2, they lose the basketball and have to reset here as Vanderveer will pick the basketball back up and kick it up top to the three-point line. And now the shot for three, no good, rebound,
hit the top.
And they're going to say it hit the top.
And you know the rule on that is a lot of people don't realize that. You'll hear them hollering, it hit the top of the backboard. It can hit the top of the backboard as long as it doesn't hit the structure. That one actually hit the structure going up, so it is a turnover then.
Three-point shot by Tuck is long, and that will end our first half of play. 26-18, your Valliant Bulldogs on top heading into the break. We've got more coming up here on HD 94.7. Of course, you can view these games live on Paincast.com. Michael Gabbard, Ronnie Nance, we'll be back here in just a minute for a halftime presentation and stats in just a few minutes.
Ed Wallace Ford is hiring. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch customer service and high-quality vehicles. Now, if you're looking for a job where you can really make a difference, we have an opening for an office helper at our dealership. As an office helper, you'll be responsible for assisting with various administrative tasks, including answering phones, scheduling appointments, and inputting data. Apply in person today at 1700 East Jackson in Hugo, Oklahoma. We look forward to meeting you and helping you start your career with Ed Wallace Ford. I go, you go, we all go to Hugo.
Burgess & Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma are proud supporters of Student Athlete. Just like those student athletes, Burgess & Burgess realizes that you work hard. Depend on Burgess & Burgess CPAs for professional tax advice and bookkeeping help. Burgess & Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma. In sports, they say never underestimate your opponent. At Burgess & Burgess CPA, they say never underestimate the value of a CPA. Come by and see Burgess & Burgess CPA in Hugo, Oklahoma.
Legacy Equipment Sales and Services located 2 miles east of Hugo on Highway 70. Be sure you call them today for all of your heavy equipment needs. Legacy Equipment is a full-service shop for all of your major to minor repairs, including custom repairs with rebuild options, line boring, general maintenance, and repairs for all heavy equipment. Legacy Equipment is now hiring for heavy equipment field techs and parts sales representative. Call them today, 580-326-9506. Legacy Equipment, 2 miles east of Hugo, Highway 70. First State Bank has been serving the community since 1904. First State Bank has grown with technology as well with mobile banking, free bill pay, an easy-to-navigate website and internet banking. What are you saving for? A new car, college, or retirement? First State Bank offers competitive rates on CDs, savings accounts, IRAs, and money market accounts. Visit their website at www.fsbvaliant.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We've been around for 53 years, and I believe the new name and the new logo brings a fresh start. To me, it embodies the spirit of service and collaboration. I believe the Huggy Heart provides that warm feeling and that personal touch that we give to the people that we serve every day.
We're here to help people, and I think the logo really speaks to what we're doing. We're lifting individuals for tomorrow.
Legacy Equipment Sales and Services located 2 miles east of Hugo on Highway 70. Be sure you call them today for all of your heavy equipment needs. Legacy Equipment is a full-service shop for all of your major to minor repairs, including custom repairs with rebuild options, line boring, general maintenance, and repairs for all heavy equipment. Legacy Equipment is now hiring for heavy equipment field techs and parts sales representative. Call them today, 580-326-9506. Legacy Equipment, 2 miles east of Hugo, Highway 70.
Welcome back into halftime in Tushka, Oklahoma for the AmeriState Tushka Invitational Tournament. The Valliant Bulldogs currently on top 26-18 against the Tishomingo Indians here in the Constellation Championship game. I'm Michael Gabbard. Ronnie Nance with me today, as it has been great basketball through the course. The Valliant girls getting a big win earlier over Antlers, and now Valliant taking on Tishomingo and currently up by 8. What have you seen so far here in this first half?
Well, they've moved the ball. Valiant's moved the ball around pretty good the first half. On the defensive end, the big guy for Tishomingo, I think they need to put a little bit more. They need to put a little bit more body on him, because he's getting. I mean, when he gets the ball inside, he's getting a free look. I mean, there's not really been much contested
which is interesting, and I hate to cut you off. I'm sorry. It's interesting when you say that, because they came out double teaming Richards,
and then they've come off of it. But if you look at them first 2 or 3 shots too, they were double teaming him. So if you're double teaming somebody else is open. So that's where they were getting them open looks from the outside.
Well, and it's just been really him offensively. You had Divitt come out in that first period. You know, he hit the opening shot, the 3-point shot. 5 points in the game for him, 6 points for Richards in regards to Tishomingo scoring. One of the crazy, we talked about Frost, you know, in yesterday's game. He finished the game with 15 points, but he had 10 of those coming in the first 5 minutes of the game. It was a really good start for him. He's scoreless at the current moment, but everybody else is kind of helping out a little bit, where, you know, a few others have struggled in regards to scoring-wise. 6 points on the board for Coffey, probably 8 rebounds if I had to guess. I haven't kept track of those this afternoon, but Clancy Trapp has 5 and a 3-point shot, 4 for Tuck, 4 for Kenny Golston, and you had 2 for Case Carlisle and 2 for DePriest as well. So it's been a pretty overall steady game offensively here for the Valliant Bulldogs. There has been some struggle though. It's just 26 points on the board into the halftime show. So what does Valliant need to do offensively to pick those numbers up?
I think they need to one of the things they've done in some of the games earlier on, and I haven't seen it so much tonight, and I hadn't heard it the last couple of games. A few of them games they were posting up Carlisle down low, which some of those games you had a mismatch with. I mean, like I said, Carlisle 6'5", 6'6". Well, if the guy that was guarding him was 5'9", yeah, you're going to post him up because you've got a mismatch, and he's going to get kind of some of them looks like Richards is getting, you know, wide open. You got somebody 5'9" on him, all you got to do is turn, just flip it over the top, and he's going to score.
You know, one thing I've seen with Carlisle too, especially in that Boswell game, and Boswell took control of that game by one little thing. Carlisle and a couple of the guys down low would, you know, you've got some size on the body, and you've got the ball down low towards your feet. Put it up a little bit higher, it makes it hard for those players to swat those out. So we saw a few swats, and it kind of ruptured Carlisle's ability to get going offensively down low in the post in those first 2 games. So, you know, the correction of that, you're not having to deal really with the size outside of Richards in this game. You've got 2 people that Richards has to really defend in regards to size down low with Coffey and Carlisle both. So I would like to see that too. Like to see Carlisle get the basketball down low and make some post moves against some of the smaller players on the team, and try to see if maybe Coffey can free up Richards down there in the interior paint.
Or even like get Carlisle down low, or even let him post up on Richards, you know, a bigger body. Because, I mean, we all know big man's going to swat at the ball. And if he turns to make that move, you know, to score, and the big man goes to swatting at the ball or reaching, and you get him in foul trouble, okay, not only have you took their big defender out, you've took the man out that's scoring on the offensive end for them.
We've got more coming up here on the broadcast. This is HD 94.7. We've got our halftime show here in Tushka, but currently Valliant 26-18 against Tishomingo. We'll be back after we hear a few words from a couple of our local sponsors.
Ed Wallace Ford is hiring. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch customer service and high-quality vehicles. Now, if you're looking for a job where you can really make a difference, we have an opening for an office helper at our dealership. As an office helper, you'll be responsible for assisting with various administrative tasks, including answering phones, scheduling appointments, and inputting data. Apply in person today at 1700 East Jackson in Hugo, Oklahoma. We look forward to meeting you and helping you start your career with Ed Wallace Ford. I go, you go, we all go to Hugo.
First State Bank has been serving the community since 1904. First State Bank has grown with technology as well with mobile banking, free bill pay, and easy-to-navigate website and internet banking. What are you saving for? A new car, college, or retirement? First State Bank offers competitive rates on CDs, savings accounts, IRAs, and money market accounts. Visit their website at www.fsbvaliant.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
26-18 is the score. We've got 8 minutes back on the clock here for the start of the third period of play here in the Constellation Championship of the boys bracket at the Tushka Ameristate Invitational. I'm Michael Gabbard alongside myself, Ronnie Nance. It has been a great weekend of basketball, but for you Valliant fans, it's about to come to an end in 2 more quarters.
Yeah, for this weekend it is.
You guys have another tournament next week?
We have our county tournament that starts on the 16th.
Okay, nice.
Which that'll be all week.
Yeah. Now I'm assuming that we'll have Broken Bow.
No.
Or not Broken Bow. Hugo.
No.
No.
Be Valliant, Baptiste, Smithville.
Okay.
Wright City, Hayworth, Fort Townsend, Antlers, and Rattan.
Whew. We got Baptiste in there. Is Baptiste still pretty good? I haven't really seen them in the last couple of years.
Our boys won the other night up at Baptiste, 76-42.
Gotcha. Wright City's always been really good.
Yeah, Wright City beat Valliant at home 78-70. I think that was our 3rd game of the season.
And they got that state championship just, what, a couple of years ago?
It's been
2-3 years ago?
It's been further back than that, probably 4 years ago. I know all those kids are gone.
Yeah. 26-18 is the score as 8 minutes on the clock. And Coffey will start off with the basketball for the Bulldogs. Tuck, right side, being guarded tightly up top. Man-to-man defense here by Tishomingo. Guarding up top, Pope against Carlisle. Here comes the pick. Carlisle moves into the lane. Stretches between 2 defenders. Golston on the rebound. A strong move to the basket. Can't make the shot, and the ball goes out of bounds. Ooh,
I don't know about that.
They're going to say it was last touched by Valliant. I will say I respectfully disagree. But Tishomingo will have the basketball back. 26-18, still the score. 3-point shot, and this one is up and in by Ethan Vanderveer. That one was from every bit of about 19, 20 feet out.
That was probably close to college range where he shot that from. Frost walk.
And Frost gets called for the walk-in.
Took one step too many.
He just hasn't had a chance to really get things started offensively this afternoon.
He looks a little sluggish.
Well, it's been a long week for everybody, you know, and obviously he had that really good game yesterday. Maybe the legs are a little tired, or maybe it's just the, the events taking place during the game. It's just, but it has been he's been very productive on the defensive side of the floor.
And see, just like that turnover there, Valliant had the rebound. You have 3 people down there and nobody else, and you're fighting over the ball.
Yeah, well, that's communication. communication between all three. Inside look. Pope on the miss. Tuck on the rebound.
You know, the last 2 times down the floor, Tishomingo's had a good look both times. I mean, down low, and they've just shot it too hard. It's went in and out.
Coffee with the basketball. Back out to Carlisle in the corner. Being guarded tightly by Pope. They'll go down low to Golston. Pump fake, shot, bottom of the rim, no good. Tuck grabs the rebound, misses the shot. Golston comes up with it, and then it's taken away from behind. Tishomingo has it with numbers. 3v1, and the shot at the rim off the mark, no good. Tishomingo grabs it back, and Carlisle will come down with it.
You know, they're again, that's that length. There was 3-on-1 break, and Coffee disrupts the shot.
5:40 remaining, third period. There's that pick and roll. Carlisle gets it out top right side. They'll kick it back to Frost. Frost drives into the lane. The shot is up and in. Now he's getting the offensive side going.
That's where his speed pays in.
He's a big, strong kid, too. He plays football, does he not?
Yes.
What position does he play?
Tailback.
Tailback? It looks like a tailback.
And then
He's quick.
Golston is the fullback.
Nice. Yeah, I can see that, too. He's got the size of a defensive end as well. Listen, I do a lot of games for a lot of different schools through the course of a season, and I do not brag on teams very rarely. I am impressed with this Valliant squad from top to bottom. Inside look.
He just got behind the defense on that.
Up by 7. And listen, this is a very good Tishomingo team.
Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of speed. They have the ability to shoot, but they have been kind of sluggish, I guess you could say, offensively here at the beginning. Frost on the 3.
Now he's waking up.
I think he heard us talking about his offensive production there in the first half, and he says, you know what, I'll show you, Gabbard.
He said, I'm going to wake up now.
5 points for him here in the third period. 33-23 is a 10-point lead in the other direction. Cuts it back to 7 as Darian Brown knocks down the trifecta. Valliant has it. Frost looking to drive, picks up the dribble, kicks it back out to Tuck. Tuck has it top right side of the three-point line. Tuck to Coffee. Coffee sets up the offense. Dribbling, pick coming, trying to look for Golston. That was a good defensive play by Richards coming up and stopping that pick and roll. Carlisle back out to Coffee, who drives, being guarded tough by Pope. Spins around, lays it up. The shot is off. Richards on the rebound, and the speed the other direction as Tishomingo gets the lay in the opposite direction. That was just speed. Brown didn't have really anywhere to go, and that forces Valliant to take a timeout as our score is 33-28 as Tishomingo fighting their way back into this ball game. We'll be back.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
Legacy Equipment Sales and Services located 2 miles east of Hugo on Highway 70. Be sure you call them today for all of your heavy equipment needs. Legacy Equipment is a full-service shop for all of your major to minor repairs, including custom repairs with rebuild options, line boring, general maintenance, and repairs for all heavy equipment. Legacy Equipment is now hiring for heavy equipment field techs and parts sales representative. Call them today, 580-326-9506. Legacy Equipment, 2 miles east of Hugo, Highway 70.
Welcome back into Tushka, Oklahoma. Valliant with the basketball. Golston driving in. They're going to call him for a travel as he makes the shot and waves it off. And now we've got Trapp checking in. Golston will check out to get a breather here real quick. Tishomingo will have the basketball back. Our score coming after the timeout, 33-28. Valliant on top. They led by as much as 10 when it was 33-23, but since then 5 straight points here by Tishomingo. And with the basketball, here's another shot off the back of the rim. Carlisle picking up the rebound. He'll get it back out to Coffey. Coffey will set up the offense. 33-28, 2:40 still remaining here in the third period. Coffey has it right side into Frost. Frost looking to drive, rolls into Tuck. Tuck looking to go down low and draws the foul.
And you know, on that play down low where they called the travel on Golston, he did more of the Euro step there. It was kind of that Euro hop, and then he shot. You know, if they do that and they bring the ball up over, they let the continuation go, but they didn't.
Well, Tuck will miss the first free throw attempt.
Oh, he hit it.
Oh, did it hit? Oh, I thought it bounced out.
No.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
But
that one went out. I thought it bounced off the bottom of the rim.
No, it went straight in.
See, I'm looking at this game through a camera lens. Left side, shot is up and in by Ethan Vanderveer. That's his second basket of the day. Driving, Trapp. Tuck. Fading shot, no good.
And he normally hits that little floater that.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Tishomingo with the basketball. A lot of moving parts here for Tishomingo offensively on this possession. Up top, takes the three off the front of the rim, and Carlisle will come down with the rebound, gets it into Coffey, who will slow things down a bit and set up the offense here for Valliant. Coffey driving, stops, steps, takes the shot. It was a little contested, but he had enough space to get the shot up and knock it down, 36-30. Inside draw, and that one is up and in by Darian Brown. 7 points for him, and it's a 4-point lead. Again, the largest lead of the game for Valliant was at 10 when the score was 33-23. Trapp has it, right side, back into Frost. Up top, Frost looking to drive into the lane, takes the shot, draws the foul. He'll head to the line for a couple of free throw opportunities now. Darian Brown sitting with 3 fouls in this game. I'm sure he'll have to check out here in just a moment.
Frost hits the first free throw. And we've got DePriest checking in for Michael Tuck, and Golston comes in for Case Carlisle.
Make on both of the free throws there for Frost. He's got 7 points in this third period. Tishomingo with the basketball, looking to go down low into Richards, and they do over the extended arms of Golston. Beautiful pass inside and a nice play by Richards, and it's a 4-point lead, 38-34. Valliant on top, Coffey driving in, and we're going to inbound the basketball prior to the shot. So Coffey will inbound this, looking to go out towards Trapp. Top the three-point line, left-hand side. And miscommunication between the offense as DePriest throws this one out of bounds. It was intended for Coffey.
I think Coffey got hung up with the defender.
Swings it down the floor for the final shot of the third period. And this is where we sit. After 3 and heading into the final 8 minutes of play. 38-34, Valliant on top. You can view this fourth period at paincast.com. And, of course, we'll be back here on HD 94.7 as we take a word from a few of our local sponsors.
I just can't fit it all!
Mom?
Oh!
Why don't we just get a storage unit?
I'm sorry, honey. I didn't see you there.
Need a place to keep your stuff? Need a place to keep your tools? Need a place to keep your bike? If you need some storage space, Valliant Storage has a space for you. We have the space. Easy access across the street from Valliant Post Office.
Burgess & Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma are proud supporters of Student Athlete. Just like those student athletes, Burgess & Burgess realizes that you work hard. Depend on Burgess & Burgess CPAs for professional tax advice and bookkeeping help. Burgess & Burgess CPAs in Hugo, Oklahoma. In sports, they say never underestimate your opponent. At Burgess & Burgess CPA, they say never underestimate the value of a CPA. Come by and see Burgess & Burgess CPA in Hugo, Oklahoma.
Welcome back into Tushka, Oklahoma here on HD 94.7. We are live on location. Michael Gabbard alongside Ronnie Nance. 38-34 is our score in the final 8 minutes of play in the Consolation Championship game. I just tried to run two words together. And Valliant's got the basketball. Newly checked into the game is Brody Dories. Frost with the basketball. Back out to Coffee up top, right-hand side. Now back to Dories. Dories passes back out to Frost. Frost picks up the dribble, back to Dories. Good ball movement here. Looking down low into Golston. What a pass down. The shot off the mark, no good. It was contested.
Heavily contested on that shot.
But it was a good pass in for Golston to make the move down low. She couldn't come up with the points. Underneath, the three-point shot. No good. Second chance rebound, and they call a foul on that one. Whew. Ethan Vanderveer will head to the line for a couple of free throw attempts.
Brody Dories is first.
I kind of think on the miss down here, I think Golston thought that Dories was going to shoot the ball.
First one is up and in. Second one rolls around and out. Coffee on the rebound. 6:55 remaining in the game. 38-35 as Tishomingo has fought their way back from a 10-point deficit down to just 3 now. Three-point shot. No good by Dories. Golston on the rebound. Now Coffee for three.
3 points for number 10, Rustin Coffee.
Coffee doing his best LeBron James impression. Not one, not two, but three. 41-35 is the score. As Dories will check out. Carlisle back into the game. Back into Pope. Tuck and Carlisle trapping.
Don't know who they're going to call that on. Looks like Michael Tuck.
They call it on Tuck, but I didn't really feel that was a reach in.
I thought it was more that the foul would have been more on Carlisle than Tuck.
Tishomingo with the basketball here with 6:15 remaining. Drives, back to Pope. Tishomingo's keeping it along the perimeter. Moving from right to left. Trying to free up an opportunity for Richards down low. And instead they get a wide open three-point shot, and this one is off by DeVitt. DeVitt did have that 1-3 there in the opening seconds of the game, but since then he has not been able to hit that, as he's gone 0 for 4 since that shot from the three-point line. And now Frost takes a shot, no good, grabs his own rebound, but is stolen from behind by Frost, and Tishomingo gets it. The defense comes in swarming, but Tishomingo is able to break the press and cut it to the other side of the floor. Back into Richards, who loses the basketball, and now
throws it straight to Carlisle.
Yeah, well, Golston came up with it officially, I guess. Carlisle was the one that broke it up, and now Coffey's got it headed the other direction. Golston back down to Coffey, in, splits the middle, and is wide open for the easy lay-in. 43 to 50, or 35 is our score.
And that play right there, Golston fouls him from behind going up on the shot. That might not have been the worst thing that he could do.
No, absolutely not.
You know, put him to the line, let him shoot free throws, because typically the big man don't shoot free throws very well.
See here as the first one is
that one looked
up
pure
and in.
low.
And listen, I'm a short guy, and I go down on the floor to get rosters before the game started, and all of these guys are towering over me. Missed the free throw, 1 for 2 at the line. 43 to 36. Man-to-man defense on Coffey. Golston has it up top. Nice cut to the middle, and a nice pass inside by Golston. That one was drawn up perfectly. But now we've got a foul.
Number 35,
and here's one thing I will say again. I know I said this through the first half of play. The first half defensively was very clean for both teams. Going into the second half, it's been very clean as well. I mean, we've got 4 minutes, 34 seconds left in the game. 7 total fouls for each team right now as we speak.
Yeah, neither team is anywhere really close to being in the bonus.
We've had 5 total trips to the line in this game between both teams. So, 4:25, 44-36. Valliant stretching the lead out. How many of those free throws did Coffey hit?
He was 1 of 2. He missed
1 of 2. Okay.
Missed the first, hit the back end.
Carlisle has it. Down low to Golston, looking to go underneath the tuck, and we've got a tie-up. That will remain Valliant basketball.
I kind of thought when he blew the whistle he might actually call a foul on that, on grabbing the arm.
Carlisle on the inbound pass, looking to go out. They should have probably gotten it out to Tuck. Tuck had room to the left-hand side, and it was taken away. And now the opposite direction. Tuck gets it back, headed to the line, and then knocks down the easy lay-in. And we've got a timeout, and the head coach for Tishomingo is red hot there on the sideline. We've got, or I guess the, I say sidelines like it's football. 3:51 still remaining in a 10-point lead here for Valliant, 46-36. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Welcome to telephone banking. Please enter your 16-digit debit card number.
All right.
Followed by your date of birth.
Okay.
Mother's maiden name.
Mother's maiden name.
PIN number.
I gotta start again.
The pound key.
Oh.
You may begin now.
Oh, come on.
Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at McCurtain County National Bank. We're your neighbor, serving you with pride. 4 locations to serve you in Broken Bow, Idabel, Valliant, and Hochatown. McCurtain County National Bank. Member FDIC.
Pine Cellular. Coverage when it matters most. With a family unlimited plan and unlimited nationwide talk, text, and data. Pine Cellular has great prices, like $30 per line for 4 to 6 lines. Pine Cellular offers a 50% discount for active and retired military personnel, and Lifeline and hearing aid compatible options are available. Come by a Pine Cellular store today for details. Pine Cellular is proud to support our community schools.
3:51 remaining in a 10-point lead after the forced timeout by the Tishomingo bench. 46-36. Valliant on top. Consolation championship game here on HD 94.7. Tishomingo has the basketball. Pope will take the three-point shot. He'll knock that one down. 46-39 after the three-point shot by Tishomingo. Coffey's got the basketball back into Tuck. Tuck rolling right side. We've got to reach in.
On.
And it'd be Devitt. Devitt. Coffey has it right side. Pass back out to Carlisle. Carlisle looking to drive in. Picks up the dribble. Gets it back out top to Tuck. Tuck. Driving the lane. Back to Coffey. It's tipped from behind. Coffey grabs it back. Now we're at the 3-minute mark of this ball game. 7-point lead here for the Bulldogs against the Indians. 3-point shot by Frost. This one bounces, hits the top, and rolls out of bounds as it's 2:51 remaining.
They've made that call twice. When it hits the top of the backboard, it's not out of bounds if it comes back in play, as long as it doesn't hit the
I've always assumed if it hits the very top of the backboard, it's considered out of bounds.
The top of the backboard is not out of bounds. The structure it's fixed to is out of bounds.
Gotcha. Pope. Back up top. Tishomingo's working the three-point perimeter. Good ball movement here. Zone defense by Valliant. Now wide open. This one for three. No good. Coffey comes down with a rebound. And a timeout called by Tishomingo.
No. Timeout was by Valliant.
Oh, was it red? Okay.
It confused me too. They've got on red warm-ups, but white jerseys.
That makes sense. Yeah, you look at Tishomingo right now. We'll show you why I'm so confused. There you go. They say red. That's what you see. Yeah.
And Valiant's wearing orange jerseys, but in referee lingo, orange is red.
Yeah. So 2:12 remaining. We've got still a tied ball game. Anybody can win this game at this current second. 46-39 is the score, but right now Valliant playing very tight defense. They're holding on to the ball for a little bit longer than they were in the first half.
I look for them to stretch that out a little bit more here. If they come up with a stop, I look for them to try to milk some clock and make Tishomingo start playing the foul game.
You're going to have to. I mean, you look at fouls right now. Tishomingo is sitting with 5.
So you got 1 to give, and then your second one would put them in the bonus.
Now on the flip side, Valliant only with 3. Again, this has been an extremely clean game defensively. We've only had 5 trips to the line through the course of this entire game. As I believe we're going to have a tie up here.
And
that's going to go back to Tishomingo. So that's a heads-up play there by the Tishomingo defense. Being aware of where the possession arrow is. Under 2 minutes to go now. 7-point lead here for Valliant. In Tushka against Tishomingo. Pope up top, being guarded by Golston. Down low to Richardson. Carlisle with a nice defensive swamp pack. Into Coffey after the rebound. Good defense here by Tishomingo. Carlisle didn't have anywhere to go with the basketball before he got it out to Frost. And now Coffey has it. Top of the nose at half court. Back into Tuck. Tuck looks to drive. Back out to Carlisle. A minute remaining. And, yeah, Tishomingo is going to have to foul. They should have fouled probably 30 seconds ago. But
4:45. They should have came out.
We got another timeout. This is going to be a full timeout. So with that, we'll take a quick break. 58 seconds left. 46-39 is our score in Tushka. Valiant on top.
Ed Wallace Ford is hiring. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch customer service and high-quality vehicles. Now, if you're looking for a job where you can really make a difference, we have an opening for an office helper at our dealership. As an office helper, you'll be responsible for assisting with various administrative tasks, including answering phones, scheduling appointments, and inputting data. Apply in person today at 1700 East Jackson in Hugo, Oklahoma. We look forward to meeting you and helping you start your career with Ed Wallace Ford. I go, you go, we all go to Hugo.
First State Bank has been serving the community since 1904. First State Bank has grown with technology as well with mobile banking, free bill pay, and easy-to-navigate website and internet banking. What are you saving for? A new car, college, or retirement? First State Bank offers competitive rates on CDs, savings accounts, IRAs, and money market accounts. Visit their website at www.fsbvaliant.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
58 seconds remaining. After the timeout, Valiant's got the basketball, and they're going to foul quick.
3 seconds come off the clock.
And that's what we were talking about there at the break. Opposed to 58 seconds, they get the foul at 55. So they're able to burn a couple of seconds. And there's the foul on Coffey.
Burn another 3 seconds that time. And then this will put Coffey at the line for 1-and-1.
It is a seventh team foul as Coffey will head for the bonus. 52 seconds remaining. 46-39 is the score. It is the Constellation Championship game in the Tushka Ameristate Invitational Tournament. Valiant's had a good run. A couple more free throws, they'll have a chance to run away with this one.
And he hits second.
16 points in the game for Coffey. Hold on. Makes both free throw attempts, 50-39 in an 11-point lead. So Valiant's going to run away with this one. At the conclusion of this game, we will stay live on the video stream for the presentation of the trophy. We'll go over stats before we end the broadcast here and get back to your favorite music here on 94.7. 27 seconds to go, and we've got more free throw attempts coming up here for Coffey. First one is out. Driving inside, no good. And Valiant picks it up, and another foul call. At 14 seconds, might as well just run out the clock because this one is over.
Because now there are two shots on every free throw.
Mm-hmm. Carlisle will get 2 free throw attempts, leading by 11. Everybody else didn't get the memo.
No. I think Carlisle was the only one out of all of them out there that got the memo on that because he never moved from the free shot line.
And he's like, where's everybody going? 0 for 1 at the line here, and he knocks down the second. 13 seconds remaining, 51-39. 51-39 is the score. Tishomingo will try to give it one more go here as they miss the shot, but that will do it. 51-39 will be the final. Valiant wins the championship in the consolation bracket, and what an impressive victory against a very talented Tishomingo team it was here this afternoon. And as we look at our scoring for the afternoon, Rustin Coffey, 16 points total in the game. Carlisle had 5, 2 for DePriest. You had 5 points for Jay Frost, 5 for Clancy Trapp, 4 in the game for Michael Tuck, 4 for Kenny Golston. And then rounding out for Tishomingo was Darian Brown with 7, 4 for Ethan Vanderveer, 8 for Colton Richards, which, you know, he started off pretty hot there in the first half. They held him scoreless into the second half, which is very impressive there for the Tishomingo, or not Tishomingo, but the Valliant Bulldogs themselves. 3 points in the game for Dylan Pope, his only shot coming in as a 3-point shot there in the third period. And Valiant will go on and win this game 51-39.
How many points did you say Coffey had?
16.
And probably as many rebounds?
Probably 16 to 18, yeah, I would assume.
So easily a double-double.
Another double-double. As they're handing out trophies, MVP of the team. And all of those awards will come up later on tonight on the Ion Network. However, they are doing the trophy presentation now here on the video feed. We'll leave that up and running for just a few minutes so you guys can watch your Valiant Bulldogs on the field. But you know what? As far as that goes for you and I, Ronnie, that will do it here. Valiant goes on, wins the championship in the consolation bracket, 51-39. It was a great tournament. Any final things you would like to add at the close of this broadcast?
Well, the Bulldogs kind of did like we talked about at halftime. They come out, their defense held, and they kind of sped it up on the offensive end, and basically they outscored their opponents the second half to pull away.
Well, it was a pleasure once again.
Yes,
we
sir.
appreciate it, Ronnie. And, of course, that will do it for me this weekend. We appreciate everybody back at Payne Media for having me on and all the fans that watched the broadcast. That will do it. Our final, 51-39. Valiant pulls away, wins the Constellation Championship here in Tushka, Oklahoma. Everybody take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time. And back to your favorite music here on HD 94.7.